everyone, it's me BB. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making some vermicelle with some drumstick chicken, and to get started we're going to need 5 chicken drumsticks, some parsley, lots of garlic. We're going to need a little bit of hot pepper like habanero pepper, a half a jumbo cube, and some salt. So we're going to mash everything except the chicken drumstick inside this manual food processor. So mash it until everything runs smooth. The reason we're making this seasoning is because we're going to stuff the drumstick all the way to the bones, and we're going to fill it with stuffing, and that's why we are making this seasoning. And this is some black pepper. You're going to add it inside the manual food processor. Next, you're going to add also like a half tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Then you want to mix the black pepper and the Dijon mustard well into the ingredient. Now it's time to stuff the drumsticks. So this stuffing technique might be overwhelming when you taste it. So if you don't like this technique, you can just spread the seasoning all over the drumstick and let it marinate for about an hour. And this is what our drumsticks look like when they are done marinating. Next, it's time to fry them. You're going to drop about a cup and a half of oil into the pan and drop the drumstick one at a time. So I really wanted to make sure the drumsticks are gonna be cooked all the way. So it took at least a good 10 minutes on each side, and the heat was between a medium heat. I didn't want to use a high heat this time. So once they are 10 minutes are done on each side, you can go ahead and remove the drumsticks and lay them on a paper towel so the oil can drain. It's time to make a sauce, and we're going to use the same oil that we used to fry the chicken drumstick just to keep the flavors together. And you're going to add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of that oil in there. Next, we're going to need 1 medium to a large size onion. Then you're going to chop it, and you're going to drop that onion inside the hot oil. To save some time when it comes to the seasoning, we're going to use the same seasoning that we stuff our drumstick with. We're going to use that leftover seasoning to season our sauce with. And the only thing that's going to be added in there is some black pepper. So this is about 5 minutes since the onion were dropped in. Next we're going to add the chicken drumstick just to make sure that they are cooked all the way through. And the last ingredient that's going to be in this pot is going to be some few splashes of water just to make sure the sauce is going to be nice and juicy. Right after you drop the water, you can let it simmer for about 3 to 4 more minutes, and then you can turn the stove off. Next, it's time to make the vermicelle. Here we have about 4 packs of vermicelle, and they are kind of small, but I think that will do it for tonight's dinner. And because of the size of the rice cooker, yes, we're going to cook this vermicelle inside of a rice cooker. My rice cooker size is kind of small. It can only handle 2 packs at a time. So we're going to cook this vermicelle into batches. And next you're going to add some oil. Make sure the vermicelle is going to be coated with lots of oil, because if not, it's not going to be cooked right. They're going to lose their texture. Next thing you know, they're going to be like a big old giant paste. So here what my rice cooker looks like. So what you're going to do is drop the vermicelle in and let it sit there for about, I'll say 15 minutes. There is some hot water inside this beautiful pot, and next we're going to add some yellow food coloring. The more yellow food coloring you add, the brighter the vermicelle is going to get. So I don't want it to be too bright today, because we're going to add some more mixed vegetable in there. And after the yellow food coloring, you want to go ahead and drop in some salt. Make sure you drop a lot of salt to season the vermicelle in. So this vermicelle been sitting in the rice cooker for about 15 minutes. Next is to remove them and put them straight into the hot boiling water pot. And soon as you put them in there, the next thing you want to do is to remove the vermicelle immediately. If not, they're gonna melt. They're gonna cook so fast and start melting. And once you remove them, you can put them back in the rice cooker and cook it for about another 15 minutes, and hear what they look like when the first 15 minutes are up. Our vermicelle only need 2 more ingredients and it's going to be complete. That's why we're gonna add some frozen vegetable mix and some golden raisin. You can use the other kind of raisin like the black one too if you want. And this is what our vermicelli looks like when it's done. Next, it's time to plate it, and after you plate it, this is what it looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back here next Sunday for another new video. Bye.